YouTube, this is Mahadev the Thunder Wizard. Hope you are well wherever you are in 3D space-time. And I hope you had a good holiday. All right, so I thought we could start out the new year by setting our energy levels for the rest of the year. And we're going to just do an interdimensional meditation that we've done before. And we're going to go into the sun. And while in the sun, we are going to channel the sun's energy to the earth, specifically to focus on helping us rise to the next level. So I believe that the most powerful thing that we can do in our spiritual practice is to do everything that we can to raise the vibration of people's soul. In other words, every human being on the planet, I don't care if they're a deep state operative trying to enslave the human race, or if they are a spiritual master meditating in the mountains of the Himalayas. Every single human being is equal in that they have an infinite soul, a soul within them that is infinite, perfect, omnipotent, omniscient. The souls just happen to be sitting in human bodies that are playing out stories, playing out scripts. And what we seek to do in our personal life, which is the ultimate goal of all spirituality and the goal of all psychotherapy, self-help, the goal of all of that is for us to become individuated. Individuated means that you are completely focused on your authentic identity, which is in fact your infinite soul. And so what I would like to see happen on planet Earth is that people's souls began to stir. That the energy associated with the light of the soul starts to become empowered and starts to increase, starts to expand. For normally, what we want to do is we want to do that process gradually, because we have our soul here, and surrounding the soul is all of our self-defense mechanisms. Whatever it is that we have learned to do in order to survive the harshness of 3D reality. And unfortunately, we cannot get to the place of pure enlightenment, if you will, pure individuation, pure love, pure self-love and love of others, until that armor that surrounds our soul has crumbled away. And so normally this is done gradually. As you go through life, you bump into these situations that ideally make you realize, hey, you know, I need to be more accepting in this regard. I need to be more loving. I need to love myself more. I need to have better boundaries, whatever it is. And the soul begins to take more and more dominance in our functioning. You know, the book, if you go to audiobooks.thunderwizard.com, the shamanic secret commandment to a perfect life in the book Happiness is all about operating authentically from your soul. However, if somebody is wrapped up in the story, think of the worst deep state operative you can think of, Hitler, Stalin, you pick it, whoever you want. Then what's happened is that in that individual, the soul has taken a backseat. And what has taken the lead in that person's interaction with the rest of the world is the story, is the script, the self-defense mechanism that surrounds the soul. That has taken over. And depending on how damaged and how much pain the person is carrying with them. By the way, abusive people are filled with crippling amounts of pain. The people who cause the most pain in the world are the people who carry the most pain. A narcissist is somebody who is completely unaware of how deep their pain is, and all that they are aware of is how hostile they feel towards the world, how much they want to control and use and abuse people. And so what we want is we want those people to begin to operate from their soul. So when we do this meditation, what I'd like for you to imagine that we're doing is that we are sending a pure, concentrated soul energy, infinite soul energy to the entire planet. To the people who are already working towards becoming awake, the energy will be pleasant. For those who are operating completely on their self-defense mechanism stories, their scripts, then it might be challenging for them. But that's the only way for this to work. People have to wake up from within. So that's going to be the focus. And it would be incredibly easy for us to completely, totally defeat the psychopathic, evil people who are seeking to run the world, control the world, and take you hostage. It would be very easy to defeat them if we just had 1% of the human race wake up and fully operate authentically from their soul. If that could happen, the deep state would fall like that, because nobody would listen to them. The vibration of that 1% would begin to disrupt all of the self-defense mechanisms of people who aren't total psychopaths, but are just normal human beings just bumping their way through life. They would begin to wake up simply because the vibration of the 1% would begin to infiltrate them. And we have to understand that we are in this together. We are going to survive together. This isn't a us versus them scenario. Every single human being on the planet has a soul. Every single one of them. And so we talked about that in our last video, so we're just going to get right into the meditation. I'm just going to teach you a very simple interdimensional meditation. If you decide that you want to do more of these meditations, feel free to experiment in whatever way you want. There is no guru, there is no prophet that controls this. The only thing you really need is basically just the honest, sincere intent to interact with a higher dimensional energy. That's really all you need. If you reach out and ask, you will be given more and more power and knowledge in that area. But I do share with you the techniques that I have learned and I use. You can go here to thunderwizard.com and subscribe to the Interdimensional Shamanic Journey Meditation course. And we are in an interdimensional revolution. What we're going to do today, in just a couple of minutes, what we are going to do today is we are going to go to war. We're going to go to war spiritually against the negative psychopathic influences on 3D. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to leave your house. In fact, you don't even have to make a sound. You can follow me as I walk you through it. But what we will be doing is as huge of a rebellious act of war as anything. In fact, we don't need to storm the Capitol or, picket in the streets or get involved in any political discussions. All we really need to do is what we're going to do right now. And if everybody in the world did this, we would, I mean, it wouldn't even be, we would jump to 10D. It wouldn't even be 5D. So bear in mind what you're going to do right now is incredibly powerful, not only for yourself, but for the entire world. All right? So find yourself a comfortable place to be, whether that's seated or lying down. And before we do the meditation, we're going to get ourselves energetically warmed up. So I will take you through that. We'll do the HUUL breath and the HUUL breath. So let me tell you what we're going to do with that. The HUUL breath, when you inhale, you bring energy down through the top of your head into your heart center, and then exhale out the palms and the soles of the feet into the earth. Inhale back up into your heart. Exhale out, inhale, exhale, like that. That's the HUUL breath by itself. If we do the HUUL breath, then what we're going to do is we are going to inhale, bring energy up from the earth, and when we exhale, we're going to chant HUUL. And when we do the AR part, the HUUL part, we're sending energy out into the multiverse. Okay, let's start with the HUUL breath, and then we'll come out of it, and then we'll do the HUUL breath. Ready? So get in the HUUL breath position if you'd like to, or stay comfortably relaxed wherever you are. Close your eyes. First, we're just going to inhale very deeply and hold it. And exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Inhale one last time. And exhale. Now we're going to do the HUUL breath. Inhale through the top of the head. Exhale out the palms and the soles of the feet into the earth, chanting HUUL. Inhale through the top of the head. One last time, inhale. Okay, relax. We're now going to move into the HUUL breath, and what I want you to do then is to inhale from the earth up into your chest, and then when you chant HUUL, you're going to send it out into the entire multiverse. Do you see what we're doing? We're connecting Earth and the rest of the multiverse together, and then we're going to take all of that energy and we're going to send it like a laser back to planet Earth. All right, now let's do the HUUL breath. Ready? Inhale. Inhale. Okay, get in your most comfortable position. Continue to breathe long and deep. You're going to get ready for the interdimensional meditation coming up. Just inhale and exhale. Focus your energy on your heart center. And focus your energy on your energy body. We are going to be leaving your physical body through your energy body. Your physical body will stay completely awake and alert. You'll still be able to feel and hear everything going on around you, while your energy body travels into our solar system. Okay, so continue to breathe long and deep. Focus on your heart center and imagine your energy body leaving out your heart. And now you're going to put your consciousness into your energy body, which is now floating outside of your body. If you're lying down, turn around and look down at your body. Your 3D body is there. If you are sitting, turn around and see your body sitting in front of you. And now you're going to allow your energy body to float up towards the ceiling, all the while looking down at your physical body as you float up. Float up through the roof or out through the wall. Go up above your home. Look down on your home. Continue to rise up into the atmosphere. See your house. See your neighborhood. See your city. See your state. See the region of the planet that you live on, your continent. Continue to rise further and further up into the sky. You feel yourself break through Earth's atmosphere. And now you can see the atmosphere surrounding the Earth, and you are no longer in 3D space-time. Send out the mental intention to invite your higher dimensional guide to come and be with you. If you have never met your higher dimensional guide, this is a good chance to do so. If you have already met your higher dimensional guide, then so much the better. So send out the polite invitation for your higher dimensional spirit guide to come and empower you in this meditation. Do it now. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our focus on the sun. So fly up above Earth so that you can see the sun and take a good look at her. I'm going to give you an option to do something that I do quite often. I'm going to suggest that your energy body transform into a crystalline being. So imagine your energy body becoming a crystalline being that is able to absorb and reflect light. Now, in your crystalline form, you and your spirit guide are going to begin flying towards the sun. Feel the warmth of the rays of the sun as you go closer and closer to the sun. Feel your crystalline essence becoming further empowered, absorbing the light of the sun. Then we stop in front of the massiveness of the sun, which is our mother. The center of the sun is feminine. The rays of the sun are masculine. We are going to go into the center of the sun, to the feminine part, our mother, the sun, the goddess Sunna. And with the help of your spirit guide, we are going to ask the sun if she will allow us to go into her to the center. So send out that request. Do it now. And she has given her permission, and we see what looks like a passageway has opened up in the center of the sun, and we fly through that until we get to the actual center of the sun, which is even brighter than anything else. And we see that there is a vortex in the center of the sun, incredibly powerful. And with our crystalline forms, we just allow ourselves to be in the center of that vortex of pure light, which is coming directly from higher dimensions. And we let this incredibly powerful, concentrated spiritual light fill our crystalline forms that we have taken. So focus on that. Focus on absorbing all of that pure white light from the center of the sun. As that energy expands outward, more and more of your false self gets burned away. And the only thing that is left is your authentic spiritual self. Now what we're going to do is we're going to inhale very deeply and allow that energy to fill our entire crystalline self. Inhale. And exhale. And now what we're going to do from the center of the sun, even though we're in the middle of the sun, with our spiritual eyes, we can look back toward Earth and we can see planet Earth off in the distance. What we are going to do now is we are going to intend to focus our pure spiritual energy through our crystalline forms, concentrating it even further and sending it directly to planet Earth. And as you see this energy like a laser beam coming out from your crystalline self, heading across millions of miles to planet Earth, and you see it hit the electromagnetic field of the Earth, and you see that it creates a crack in the electromagnetic field. And your spiritual energy that is being concentrated through you from the sun is now hitting the surface of the Earth, and it is going all the way around the globe. Every single human being, every single plant, every single animal is being engulfed in this energy. And I want you to imagine all of the people on Earth, their heart centers are beginning to be stimulated, are beginning to open from the inside out. The energy that you're sending them is going directly into their heart, and their heart is expanding. Send to them the knowledge that this is pure, unconditional love. In your mind, repeat these words to all of planet Earth. You are loved. You are loved. You are powerful. You are filled with love. You are filled with compassion. You are filled with empathy. All of consciousness connects to you. You are God. Continue to send energy and continue to send these thoughts directly into the heart centers of all human beings on planet Earth. You understand who you are. You are empowered. You are filled with joy. You are extremely unique. You are very important. You feel all conscious life flowing through you. You are one with your soul. Continue to send out this energy, continue to send out these thoughts. In a moment, we're going to do the HUUL breath again. This time you're going to imagine, as you chant this sound, that energy from the sun connects directly to the earth. And now we're going to see the earth as an organism being filled with this same divine power, and we are going to see the vibration of the entire earth shift to a higher dimension. Ready? Inhale. Okay, now breathe long and deep. Now we're going to say thank you to Mother Sun for allowing us to be a part of her energy and to send her energy to our home. Say thank you and goodbye to her now. Ask a blessing from her. and then give her a blessing in return. Now we respectfully begin to move out from the center of the sun towards the edge. We come out of the sun. Now we feel the warm, masculine rays of the sun. As we exit, we turn towards our home, which is planet Earth, and we fly with our spirit guides back to the outskirts, just outside the orbit of planet Earth, and we stop. Take a look at the Earth and see that her aura is shining and vibrating. Feel her love and her thankfulness, her gratitude for the love that you have sent to her. Ask that she give you a blessing, and then give one to her in return. And now think of all of the humans on planet Earth. Their souls heard what you did, even if consciously they may not have any idea, but their souls heard. So I'd like for you now to hear all of the souls of planet Earth thanking you for this meditation. And now send all of the Earth a blessing, letting them know how loved they are. And now turn to your spirit guide and ask your higher dimensional spirit guide if there is anything he or she would like to tell you. Thank your spirit guide and give them a blessing in return. And now get ready to come back to Earth. Say goodbye to your spirit guide for now. Of course, they never leave you, but for the purposes of this meditation, we're going to say goodbye. And now we start floating back down towards Earth. Float back down toward your continent, your state, your city, your neighborhood. And then now you're above your own home, and come down through the ceiling or the wall. See your physical body sitting or lying there, a little more relaxed than it was when you started. And now send a blessing to your physical body. You are healthy. You are empowered. You are free. And now, slowly and lovingly sink back into your body through your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Take another deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Take another deep breath in. Hold it. And exhale. Take your hands, put them over your eyes, rub your eyes, rub your face, your scalp, your neck, shoulders, arms, torso, back, legs. Come back into your body. If your higher dimensional guide said something of importance to you, remember it and write it down. So that's it. That's really all that I had planned for today, that we do that. This is something you can do whenever you want. And I can't say for you what your experience is going to be, but for me, when I do these kinds of meditations, most of the time I have tremendously powerful energies going through my body as I do it. And I can only assume that this is having a tremendous effect. We're literally changing reality. And we are changing our reality. So this is one way to look at this. And it can become overwhelming when we think about all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world and all the crazy stuff that could be going on in the world. And I think this is perhaps the most powerful way that we can overcome it. So if you want to learn more about this kind of interdimensional meditation, you can go to thunderwizard.com and subscribe to the Interdimensional Shamanic Journey Meditation course. And of course, audiobooks.thunderwizard.com, Interdimensional Revolution is there on Amazon as well as on Audible. I'm happy to take any questions if there are any. If there aren't, that's fine. We can leave it, but let me check in with you. Thundra says hello, thundra.thunderwizard.com, one of my Vedic astrologers, and she's a very powerful shaman in her own right. Vincent.thunderwizard.com, again, one of my Vedic astrologers, and you can see there in the chat all of the stuff that he makes available. I don't see any other questions here, so I'll take up a little bit of time because there's a lag time between me and you. So if there's any questions that come up before I finish all of my business, then we'll answer it. Otherwise, we'll just leave it at that. So this channel, if you're new to this channel, is about doing the work. What we did today is we just did the work. We did the meditation. We did the energy work. This is really the most important thing there is to do the work. And if you go here to thunderwizard.com, I have multiple levels of subscription. I have the Mastery to Shamanism course, hundreds of hours of videos about all different aspects of shamanism. I take you from A to Z. You don't know what shamanism is? Great. I will teach you from A to Z what that is. Go to thunderwizard.com, subscribe. The level above Mastery of Shamanism is the Manifestation Mastery course. And this is how you learn how to speak directly to the matrix of energy that surrounds us, and you learn how to get that matrix to manifest your desires and your will. That is the Manifestation Mastery course here at thunderwizard.com. Above that is the Interdimensional Shamanic Journey, or something like that. You'll see it. The Interdimensional Shamanic Journey Meditation course. And then right above that is, I would have to say, perhaps the most important, the most valuable energy practice in the history of the human race. I know that's a very huge thing to say, but I haven't seen anything even come close to it. It's the only place in history, in the world, where you will find the triune energy practice, where we work with chi energy, life force energy. We work with Kundalini, which is the energy of consciousness of the human body, and then the lightning center of the heart, which is almost completely unknown to even, Kundalini masters and Qigong masters and meditation masters. Very few people in this world even know that it exists. I'm one of the only people in the world that teaches it. You can find all three of those here at thunderwizard.com at the Warrior 90-Day Challenge. Subscribe, and I challenge you for 90 days. You just simply press play and just do the exercises as they are recorded. You don't have to do anything else but just follow the exercises. I guarantee you everything in your life will shift. You will be able to handle more and more interdimensional energies. And finally, after all of that, the most important thing, the Interdimensional Meditation course, is just another form of what's called CE5, which is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, which is human-initiated contact with beings of higher dimensions. And these beings are incredibly focused on our planet right now and helping us shift to a higher dimension. The more that we interact with them, the more that we seek to interact with them, the more that we absorb their energies and learn from them, the faster the 5D shift will come. So if you want it to come fast, great. Reach out. You can either just go online and Google CE5 protocols and experiment with it yourself, or you can do the interdimensional meditation course that I'm giving you here on the free channel as I do it, and also on the thunderwizard.com subscription channel. Yeah, so that's the one thing that's going to destroy the deep state, is when we reach beyond our dimensional barrier. There's nothing in 3D that will overcome the deep state, nothing. The deep state has complete mastery over the 3D, and we just don't have the resources to combat that on the third dimension. But there is nothing that can, in the third dimension, that can stand the power of the fifth dimension and above. You can tap into the fifth dimension and you can become an anchor, which means that that fifth dimensional energy will come directly into your body and begin to shift you to a higher dimensional level, which means wherever you go, you will bring that energy with you. And those vibrations will shift everybody around you, even if it means just going to the grocery store. Just being around other people, they will start to slowly begin to wake up and shift. You could be standing next to somebody in the grocery store after doing one of these meditations, and I think it would be very possible that they go home and go, you know what, I just realized all of this stuff that I'm being told is nonsense. And then they're going to find themselves looking for things to help them understand the truth of our reality. Okay, so that's all the business out of the way. I'll check and see if there are any questions. If there are, I'll take them. If not, we can call it a night. Let's see. FIM sample CG question. I haven't heard anything from my spiritual guide, but I'm also not sure if he, she said anything. What should I do, or should I do anything? You don't have to do anything. When you do this interdimensional meditation, you go out of Earth's atmosphere. You know, I don't see anything. I'm not one of these people. I have to work really hard to just imagine the briefest sort of, you know, like scraggly outline of the Earth in my mind. I know that my higher dimensional guide is there. I've done this enough. There's been so much stuff that's happened. I don't have to be proven anything. I just know he's there. But oftentimes, if I say, you know, is anybody there? Is anybody listening? I will feel a higher dimensional energy jolt in my body. You might feel something, but it doesn't matter. If you don't see anything, you don't feel anything, it doesn't mean anything. When you ask your higher dimensional guide to speak to you, they may be speaking to you on a level beneath your conscious awareness. So trust me, if you keep doing it, you're going to see things change. The other thing is, when a higher dimensional being communicates with you, it won't be like you hear a voice. What'll happen is a thought will emerge in your mind, and at first it'll feel like your own thought. Now, when you do, you know, there's different ways of doing this, I've come to find out. This is one way. This is where you go, where you leave Earth's atmosphere and you interact with your higher dimensional being in your energy body. And when that happens, for me, the intensity is a little less sometimes. Sometimes it's incredibly intense, but that's been my experience. It's less intense. But when you do actual CE5, or what I'm beginning to teach now in the interdimensional meditation course, where you go out, you make contact, and then you vector them back to your physical location. When they show up in your physical location, the energy is more intense. And so then you'll have the same kind of communication where a thought will seemingly erupt in your mind, but there will be an energy and a presence that makes it really difficult to gaslight yourself out of it. So what you're talking about is your higher dimensional guide is communicating to you. You aren't able to hear a voice. A thought comes into your head. You think you're thinking something, and then you gaslight yourself out of it. But when a really powerful being shows up and communicates, there's really no doubt as to what's going on. It's still your own thoughts, sort of explode in your brain, but there's this energy that hits you that you can't deny. Now, the other thing is that these beings will come to you, especially in the beginning. They will be very gentle. So for me, the first 2 times I did CE5, I didn't even notice, I didn't even think anything happened. But looking back on it now and meditating about it, I realized they showed up every time, but they were very gentle with me because, look, as a 3D individual, when you're in the presence of a higher dimensional being, it can be a very shocking experience. It can be very traumatic to your 3D brain. Your 3D brain will flip out. The first thing your 3D brain will do is it will gaslight you out of it and say nothing happened. And then the next thing that'll happen is something will happen, but then afterwards you'll say, did that really happen? But you know that you've had an experience because in the next few hours or in the next day or two, you realize that something in you has shifted dramatically. And so the more you do this, the more, it's like you go deeper and deeper in the pool, and the more they realize they can up the amperage on you. So you have to, if you really need them to make themselves known to you, this is why you do things like, get these little ham radios. This is probably the best way to do it. Somebody told me that, they have one of these radios, they turned it on, and then they did the Awakening the Immortals Qigong. And after they were done with the Qigong, the radio went. They will let you know if you are serious about finding out. They will show up physically. You might see a craft, you might see a light, you might see an orb, you might have dreams. So don't get hung up on what you do or do not experience. Just make the effort, make the connection, and then just sit back and just live your life. But the ones that, in my experience, are very powerful is when I leave my body, I go outside of Earth's atmosphere, I let them know, hey, I would like to have a personal interaction. Please come to my home. And then I come back into my body and I stay, I lie down and I stay meditating and I keep myself in a meditative state. And at some point, something will show up. It may take 30 seconds. It may take 30 minutes. But somebody will show up and you will feel it. You'll feel something, sort of a wave of energy go over you. First, what happens to me is as I'm sitting there, I'll first start thinking, I wonder if they're going to show up. This all happens, almost every time. I wonder if they're going to show up. And then I start going, is something coming? And then it's just this energy will just show up in the room. Everybody's different. There are times when they show up and they're very subtle. And they're different beings. There's really powerful beings and there's really gentle beings. And so depending on which kind of being shows up, the energy will have a completely different feel to it. So don't have any expectations. And even if you don't necessarily think anything's happening, trust me, I guarantee you, if you just go out there and have the honest intention as anybody out there, I guarantee you they all saw you, all of them. And they're talking amongst themselves about who's the best person to go and talk to. I guarantee you that's happening. And again, do the things like to have your camera You can turn your camera on. I mean, I have video of me on the beach, complete pitch black, and I have the camera on where I was. You can't see me, but you see this orb floating around. If you go into my older videos, you can see it. I also caught one talking on my phone. At first I thought it was my voice, but now that I've listened to it, it's actually deeper than my voice. Somebody responding when I say, "Are you here?" And there's a response, "Yes." And then of course, multiple experiences with the radio and lights in the sky. But you have to put the effort into it. It's just like any other kind of relationship. So don't have any expectations, just do your best and let them come to you in whatever way works best for the two of you. For me, the best way that works is if I'm lying down in a meditative state and I go deep into an energetic connection with them. That's what works for me. For other people, it means sitting outside in your lawn chair and looking up at the sky, looking for falling stars. You do whatever you need to do, but whatever it is a connection with a higher dimension, and that is what will overthrow the deep state. I hope I answered your question. Vincent.thunderwizard.com. Honest feeling. I'm feeling very relaxed after the meditation, he says. Flag Runner. If you're going to ask a question, look above you. You see FIM Sample CG writes the word question in all caps. I ask you to do that so that I see it. Because otherwise, if there's a lot of people, I'm going to scroll through everything that's not a question. So write the word question in all caps, please. You say, Maoshan being a left-hand path, is it still possible to achieve immortality while doing the Maoshan practices? What makes you think left-hand path is somehow different from immortality? Where did you get that idea? The Maoshan path is an immortal practice. I mean, the whole point of it was to become an immortal. I don't know how you got it upside down. I don't know what... Right-hand paths are not immortality paths. Right-hand paths are about following the rules, about denying yourself things. Left-hand path is about going beyond all of the limitations. So again, I don't know where you came up with that. That's why it's good to spend time watching my videos, reading my books, and doing the practices. If you're not subscribed, I talk a lot more about the Maoshan here at the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong. So if you want to really learn what the Maoshan path is, subscribe if you haven't already done so. You say, I've heard left-hand paths give quicker power, but there is a sacrifice. And? What's your point? Of course. Listen, I'm going to be straight with you. What we just did is a left-hand path meditation. What you're going to sacrifice when you do these interdimensional meditations, what you're going to sacrifice is your 3D ego. So that's absolutely right. You want this much power, you're going to have to give up this much of your ego. So I don't know why you think that means something. You seem to have something in your head that there's a way to get power without having to pay for it. There's nothing in the universe that doesn't work with an equal exchange of energy. That's why you pay teachers money. That's why you pay for food. That's why our ancestors used to sacrifice animals. If you want something, there's a give and take. So there's something in your thinking that's not right. I don't know where you picked up on that. But there's always a sacrifice. There's always an energy exchange. Again, I invite you to actually study more of this here at the Lightning Qigong. If you're going to write honest feelings, C, again, please put it in all caps. Again, guys, just put a tiny bit of effort. It makes me happy. If you don't do it, it makes me think that you're lazy and you don't appreciate what we're doing here on this channel. Paying attention and following my requests lets me know that you value your practice, my time, and everybody else's time. Makes me happy if you pay attention and put effort. You say, thank you. This made me feel so much better. It's truly healing for me. I appreciate it a lot. You're very welcome. I am happy that you're here, and it only makes me happy to know that this is helpful. I mean, my only goal in any of this, all of this, This entire channel, the main goal that I have is to achieve this interdimensional revolution, to achieve this shift. If it were up to me, I would snap my fingers like Thanos and make it happen right away. So I'm trying to find the quickest, the most powerful paths to accomplish this. And I'm glad to see that you're enjoying it, and you're very welcome to be here. I appreciate it. I don't see any more questions or feelings, so I guess we're done. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, all of these links are here for a reason. Please investigate all of them. And as always, if I've done or said anything that was hurtful or offensive, that's just my way. That's just the kind of thunderbolt teacher that I am. I give you the truth. I love you so much, I'll give you the truth, even if I know you might not want to hear it at the time. But anyway, I hope it penetrated, and I hope this was a helpful meditation for all of you. That's it. I will see you guys all very soon. Take care.